Hello, I will be talking about the pre-K through third QRC by yours truly, Fedra Castillo. Moving on for our first slide, we are going to be looking at the slide master EC3 through third. This bringing up the key point of that the essay is 20% and the recommended time to spend on the essay, an hour. Next slide will be a broken down demonstration of what the paragraphs would end up looking like. So looking at here, the simplified layout would be 5 paragraphs. This leading on to each paragraph. Paragraph 1, the foundations. This identifies strengths and weaknesses. This could also be bringing up the child's main core assignment, which is always giving there. Ways they use strategies or they lack of. Moving on to paragraph 2, which is again tied in with paragraph 1. The strategy, we have to identify and address the weakness. That is the most important part because that is the part we are going to correct later on and know how to implement strategies of intervention, circle time, one-on-one, group layout. Everything is very important in that case. Paragraph 3 would be elaborate and effective strategy. This coherence goes within the planning process. Moving on to paragraph 4, which is monitoring. This is being descriptive while explaining, sorry, that's a typo, informal assessments. And then last but not least, this ties in with paragraph 5, which is the extension. Be as descriptive as possible and include the cross-curricular. So for example, if there is a method that is teaching you about science and it's talking about the water cycle, now how would you describe that in terms of literature? How would you create a story step by step? Have something for the students to do. This would also be in paragraph 1, identifying strengths and weaknesses. This is more in detailed responses. Excuse me. Use specific exhibits and evidence. I'm so sorry. Learn the grade level. There will always be a TEK given to you. Of course, since we're doing early childhood through third grade, we do want to focus on the TEK and go everything based off the TEK, never around it or completely ignoring it because that is fully within the grade as well. We have to know the grade level, which is first and foremost, the subject, because we will also be adding an extracurricular at the end, and the TEK itself. We have to provide data that exhibits the meaning, samples, and handouts, this including the teacher and students' conversations, and then determine the students' correct and incorrect work. Moving on to our next slide, which is also giving us a bit more detail of paragraph 1, we need to use specific evidence. This meaning evidence they have already given us within the work. And put more detailed sentences that correspond with the student. The following sentence starters could be: the student shows their strengths, parentheses, inserting the strengths, in parentheses and inserting the subject, by, and then this would have stated what is being done correctly by the student. Another sentence starter would be, the sentence starter that would be added would be: the student, insert the struggle, struggles with the topic to do the way, the student, insert struggle, struggles with this topic. There should have been an insert of the topic to do and the way they used it. Insert the wrong strategies or work problem. Moving on to our next slide, paragraphs 2 and 3, remedy and rationale. This being by fixing the weaknesses, you have described the strategies, implement step by step, what did they do wrong, in what way can we fix it. Question how and why does it work, detail strategies within the theory. Moving on to paragraphs 4 and 5, assessment and integration. Informal assessments would be describing the tools being checklists. One doctile notes explain how it acts and adjust throughout the results. This could have been a great example during the assessment process and how the student misinterpreted things before the teacher has them within the certain distance of face-to-face or group work. Cross-curricular, this is also supposed to be implemented within the last paragraph. This is the best subject and lists of materials that the students will need to understand. This being like, okay, math, how is math going to tie in with writing literature? Oh, it ties in by writing literature in this way. And this could also be a quick advantage of listing step-by-steps within the materials of the math problem. The rubric, respond to all parts, accurate and high effective knowledge, strong evidence in detail, and demonstrate your understanding. Some tips, key vocabularies, scaffolding, zone, and multi-sensor. This is the end of the video. I will implement the question on the next one. Okay, now for the exit ticket. I'm gonna zoom it in a bit so it looks good. What is the most important reason of organizing the QRC response into 5 clear paragraphs, and which paragraphs do you think is the most critical of owning the score and why? Now it says here, select all that apply, which is 5-paragraph structure ensures that all tasks are fully completed. Evidence-based strengths and weaknesses drive the entirety of the response. Pedagogical rationale shows depth of understanding, and assessment and cross-curricular integration strengthens the application. I'll give you a couple minutes. Now, within this exit ticket, selecting all that apply, I'd say each box would be a constructive answer, and why it's kind of, there's already the reasons laid out within the box. So every box here would be checkmarked yes. We want to focus on all 5 paragraphs. We want to give it structured, and we want it to fully answer. We also want a lot of evidence that strengths the students and the weaknesses of theirs. We also want to show the depth of our understanding. And this also integrating within the straight application afterwards within the assessment. So safe to say, all of them are correct. If you have chosen that, that is wonderful. And that will be the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it so far. Sorry for the background noise, because I'm pretty sure you were able to hear my sister. Yeah. Okay, thank you.